Hello farmers and welcome back to Pichonniere Valley on Farming Simulator 25. A good Friday to one and all. I see the usual suspects, Crystal, Bob, John, Miles. Welcome, hope you guys are having a good Friday so far. I'm up here with the Mercedes-Benz and the Batwing mower. I just had a worker up here a little while ago doing a contract for us. And looks like they got the field all the way done, except for this little bit here, but the owner said, contract complete. So don't bother doing the rest. So my worker did not. So yeah, I want to start off the day with a little bit of money. We're down to almost 700. Actually, I had to go do a deadwood contract and got paid $1,000 for that just to pay off the worker to do this field. But contracts completed for $8,551. And there we go. So now we got a little bit of cash in the bank account, which is good. Let's go ahead and get this back to the farm. It is 6:30 in the evening in the month of May, so I think we're pretty much all set here. So we may just go on to the month of June. And we should have a decent payday in June because the silage bales in our new grass field, those will have been fermented. Probably not until later in the day, though. And that should bring us in over $20,000 right there, so that's going to be good. But that field does need to be fertilized next month. But yeah, got to sleep through the night before we get there. Anywho, let's get back to the farm. Kind of up here in the northern part of the village. Actually, I think this grass field I just did the contract in, I think that was the first grass field contract I did when I bought the Batwing mower. Could be. So if you missed yesterday's stream, we expanded quite a bit. We bought ourselves the new grass field. That cost us about $135,000. We then got ourselves some chickens. Not a whole lot of chickens. We got like 11 chickens. But slow process there. And then also we got ourselves another shed for the farm because my equipment was just spread around everywhere. And we didn't have enough shed space. So we got ourselves a shed. So spent a lot of money at the end of last episode, or last stream. And now we got to pile the money back on in. Going to keep our eye on the sale page. See what pops up in the next couple of months. Got a few things we could look for. But I think ideally what I would like to do is buy, I know, another field. We did look at a spring wheat and we also looked at a winter wheat field. But each field is going to cost us well over $150,000, so we're a little ways from that. Should have my beacon on here. Also, probably should give this a good wash when I get back. The mower is probably the implement I use the most at this point. And the grass fields, of course, will be mowed in July. I think I said in last stream that the new grass field, I'll synchronize it with these two grass fields in October, but I think we're going to do it in July. I think it'll just be easier for myself to remember all that. Yep, there's all of our chickens, all 11 of them, and Sam as well. Turn the beacon off. There's Ronnie the rooster. Yep, give the Mercedes a rinse. Feeling a little bit better today. My back, I don't know why it's taken. Usually when my back does what it does, it's usually like only for like 2 days. And it hasn't happened in a long time. But for some reason this time, it's taking a little longer to readjust itself back to where it should be. Alright, so there's the Batwing mower. Well, I like how the rust, not the rust, but how it's showing the wear underneath the mower. Oh, over here, there we go. No, get off. My guy loves the pressure washers. Loves to grab them. All right, Ronnie, look out. We're backing up. All right, we'll drop that off, and we're going to leave the Mercedes right here. So the chickens, they should be good for a while. And it's going to, we may see some eggs when we wake up in the morning. But as you can see here, we got plenty of food for the chickens. They're good currently for 218 months, but once they reproduce, that that's they're going to go through the food rather quickly. And if that was a full pen, I'd be in trouble. All right, so we got almost 10,000 in the bank account. We're going to look at the sale page, although, yeah, some new things have popped up. A telehandler would be wonderful for us, but I think that's got to wait in the long run, right, Sam? Yeah, Sam doesn't care. All right, let's go ahead and go to bed. I'm not going to bother trying to do any more contracts today, but June will be a different story. We got some stuff to be doing. Probably go pick up the bales in that grass field first. They won't be fermented, but I just want to pick them up. And then we can fertilize it. And yes, we do got some eggs over here. What, I got like 20 liters worth? 24 pieces, which is like 24 liters. So, the process has started. What's in the sale page? Nothing of interest. I mean, you may say the combine, but that combine's way over our horsepower requirement here. And the telehandler is gone. Let's grab, maybe I should look at contracts, right? Contracts would be good. No active ones. Bale wrapping, dead wood. There is a mowing contract. That is a weird shaped field. And spraying contracts. Oh yeah, I did look at the Mod Hub this morning. Looking for a self-propelled sprayer that would fit the requirements that we have for this series here. And I did find a self-propelled sprayer that is 200 horsepower or under. Okay, it's exactly 200 horsepower. It's this one right here. The only thing I'm confused about this self-propelled sprayer is they also have a seeder function that can be configured during purchase. I'm trying to figure out. So you're trying to tell me this will seed these particular crops? I'm not really sure I understand how that works. But I really just want it for herbicide spraying in the future. So 200 horsepower, that meets our requirements. Yeah, it says 140,000, but if I want the See and Spot weed sprayer, it's going to push up to 182,000. That's going to be just something in the future that we will probably want. All right, do I want to get you started on a mowing contract while I'm doing some things? All right, I probably should, because I got some work to do in that grass field, and money coming in would be good. So, that mowing contract, we're going to accept it. Where are you exactly? Field number 20. How do I get there? Oh, that's up by the main farm. All right, I think I know how to get there. So this will be on a worker, and we're going to work in our new grass field, pick up the bales, fertilize it, and get it all set for next month. Oh, I don't think our barley is going to be ready. No, it is not. You can see it across the road. Looks like it's in full bloom, but it's not ready for harvest. As expected, it's a spring crop that we planted. One thing I haven't done for, and someone left a comment on an older stream now about am I going to go around and get the collectibles. I haven't even really looked for them. I've been told, or we were told a while ago, that the collectibles are little black sheeps. I haven't seen one, but then again, like I said, I'm not really looking for them either. I'm not sure if I should be trying to gather up the collectibles or not. I mean, we did get a big reward with a fish at $500,000, so of course that was huge. This should be the grass field, right? Yes, it is. All right. let me just get this kind of get ready, and we'll get ourselves a worker for this. All right, temporary course. And everything looks good. And it's probably going to take them like 40 minutes. 35. All right, it's not too bad. We're going to grab the, not the combine. We'll grab the 3650. And we'll grab the bale trailer and go pick up those bales, get them out the field. Then we'll grab the 710. Fill that up with fertilizer in the spreader. And get that field all set. Feels good having the chickens around the farmyard. And also another shed to make the yard look a little bit cleaner. Is that gate closed? No, it is open. Okay, just the way it kind of looked there for a second. I was thinking, I did leave that gate open, right? Yes, I did. Yep, so this is our new grass field. Again, these will not have been fermented yet. How close are they, though? 78%? Again, this should bring us in pretty close to 20 grand. Don't get stuck on that fence. Nope, just missed it. So we should be able to harvest that barley today at some point. I think it'll be ready maybe not until August, possibly. Oh, not going to be close enough. All the barley we harvest will be for our chickens. Yeah, I'm only starting off with 10 hens, 1 rooster. Again, you don't need the rooster, but I always get one. But hopefully, with our harvesting and the low amount of chickens, we can keep up with them by feeding them. And by the time they reproduce, we get a full pen, we'll have enough field, enough crop to keep on feeding them without having to sell them. What chicken pens are customizable? Well, it should show you when you go into construction and go to the pens. So like right there, I'm hovering over the first one. You can see a place to keep your chickens. This pasture of this building can be customized. That one does not say it can be. That one doesn't say it can be. Oh wait, sorry. Gotta click on them. So it should say it in the description. So like this one here, the one I put down, it says the pasture of this building can be customized. The pasture of this building can be customized. This one cannot be. And it should be the same for all the other ones. So the pasture of this building can be customized. It should say it on the building that you're clicking on. If it doesn't say it, then that's not a possibility. I don't know if that's 100% accurate, but I would say it's like 95% accurate. Yeah, another thing we kind of desperately need on the farm at this point is another high-powered horsepower tractor. Again, nothing over 200 horsepower. That's our restriction. Nothing against this 3650. Because when I bought the 3650, I thought this thing was great, and it still is. But the problem is the farm is growing, and we need another tractor with some juice under the hood. By the way, I did release an episode of Sky Harvest earlier today, so if that's your thing, check it out after the stream. And I think sometime overnight, the game... did the game get released on Steam? Sky Harvest, I think it did. How are you blocked by an object in a grass field there, sir? Well, whatever happened, the worker figured it out pretty quick. Hello, Branding. Hope you're having a good Friday. And you're blocked by an object again. Alright, they seem to... Okay, I don't know what they're doing. I hope they're getting it squared away, whatever. Whatever our worker is doing. Let me just go check to see what's going on over there. Are you trying to turn around? Alright, well, they're going now. Alright, the 710. Alright, gonna go fertilize that grass field. It's a nice sight to see our bale trailer full of bales. Bring up the mini map. The grass fields are our bread and butter until we expand the farm a little bit more. Should be able to get the whole field done with what we have. I think it's going to be about mid-afternoon before I'm able to sell those silage bales. But since there's nothing in the sale page or anything that's going to, it's not like we're waiting for that money to be able to buy something. So middle of the day should be fine for me. Hello, Panther. Welcome. Hope you're having a good day so far. See if I go to a bird's eye view, we can really see where I fertilized. Kind of a little soothing down here next to the river here, and the water sloshed around a bit. So I'm going to have a little time to figure out where I do want to put the cow barn. My original thought was down here in this grass field. But it was also mentioned maybe the smaller grass field would be a good spot for it. But of course, I got many more things to get to before we place down the cows. Hello, Pierce. Welcome. Hope you're having a good day so far. Appreciate you stopping on in. And I think that is this grass field fully fertilized. Yeah, that whole section I know got done. Alright, place this right here for now. Yeah, again, so how much? I think it's $165,000 for those fields. I mean, obviously, don't think I'll be able to afford it before harvest season. Yeah, $165,000. I think the other field was maybe up here. Yeah, $156,000. Gonna be kind of expensive, like everything is early on, but eventually we'll get there. Struggling to find a place to put a fuel tank on my farm this map. Are you at the starting farm? Starting farm seems like it has quite a bit of an area up there. Which mode you don't start with no equipment? I think it's called start from scratch. I think it's called start from scratch, is it not? I just always call it easy, normal, or hard difficulty. That's all I ever really call it. All right, so let's see. It's either I do the mowing, finish off the mowing contract, or I go do another one. Question is, what is there to do? Well, I can only do it with my own equipment, so that leaves mowing, which we're already doing, or a deadwood contract, which, yeah, you probably don't want to see me doing any more of that. So I guess I will take over the mowing. But they got 60% done on the contract. I think I'll put the time scale up to ×6 for this month. So I'll try to limit how many grass contracts we do. But right now, that is pretty much all we'll be able to do with that's the ones that are good paying anyways. Because next month, we'll be cutting our grass fields, so... grass cutting, I know. Watch the latest Sky Harvest sounds a lot better. Yeah, it was kind of weird. I know when I started Sky Harvest, there was, when I went into settings, there was a different slider bar for master volume, sound volume, all that. But now there's only just the one sound bar for the master volume altogether. But I know when I woke up this morning and I saw there was an update to the game, I'm like, did it get released? I'm like, I think it did. And there was another update since then, so... Yeah, the episode that you saw this morning, if you did watch it, that was recorded before the game got released. I've seen some issues in the game for bugs or weird things. That's what you get when you play early access. You think the Batwing mower is better than the MacDon? Well, the Batwing mower does give you more options to remove stumps and all that kind of stuff, so... And the working width is probably a bit wider. When are you going to do laundry? You've been wearing the same clothes forever. It's the same outfit, but they're not the same clothes. I got 12 pairs. I can't show you everything that happens on when I go inside the house. I do laundry in there. So we'll see if we do any more contracts this month. We may just move on through other than sell our silage bales, but I could sell them next month too. Yes, I think the way it's looking, probably won't get another field until after harvest season, which kind of sucks, but I think we'll be okay for our chickens. If we happen to get too many chickens and I can't keep up with the amount of feed they're going to need, we'll just have to sell the chickens little by little. Alright, just about done here. Gonna get a little messy, but just trying to get most of what I can. It's gonna do that anyways. That's right, no gate here. Well, there might be a gate just hidden inside the shrubbery there. But let's go ahead and collect on that 8,992. And let's see here. There's another mowing contract, but yeah, I'm going to try to limit what we do on mowing contracts for a bit. Back to the yard, but we are up to 16,000, and once we sell the silage bales, we should be up to 35,000. And I'm going to park this right here because, well, July, I need it for harvesting our grass fields. Alright, chickens. Can you produce a lot of eggs? Although it's not going to help us if they do, because I have no way to pick them up. I don't have a trailer. I don't have a pallet fork to lift them up. Let's go ahead and just speed up some time here. By quite a bit. Is that going to be enough for our silage bales? No, it is still grass. Alright. Any cultivating or plowing contracts? No, just mowing contracts. But again, nothing wrong with them. I would like to get the spraying contracts, but of course we don't have a sprayer. Speaking of, nope, nothing new there. All right, let's fast forward some more time here. All right, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I think they will have been fermented. They have, which is great. Yeah, about $20,000 worth. So let's go sell them. One thing about the game that is a little different. If you quit feeding the chickens, they'll fall in hell. But really, chickens are scavenger animals. They'll pluck and feed on anything. I mean, yeah, in real life they will, but they can't quite do that in the game. Because then if they were to do that, then you wouldn't really need to feed the chickens at all. So we'll get into the month of July here. See if our field will be ready for harvest. We know the grass fields will. All right. Here comes 20 grand. So 19,128 for the silage, 2,307 for the bonus. So at least we have some money in the bank account that will allow us to buy something if it comes up for sale. I mean, I could possibly buy the smallest sprayer and put the weed sprayer on that, see and spot weed sprayer, and do contracts with that. Because I think the 710 would be able to run it. All right, let's check the sale page just one more time before we go to bed. And, yep, let's get on to Midsummer. when I cut the grass fields now, we're going to have the Mercedes on the mower, and we'll have the 3650 behind us with the baler. All right, what have we got in the sale page? What's with the ATVs? We don't need no stinking ATVs. All right, let's go to bed. Sleep. See what happens. What's the most amount of money I've ever had in FS period? I usually don't have a whole bunch of money in my account because I try to... Oh, we got little baby chicks on the farm now. That one's sleeping. So now we should have 20 chickens, right? Or 21. And we're up to 74 liters of eggs. Usually on my farms, I don't collect a whole bunch of cash. But I would say maybe 8 or 9 million, probably. Well, TMR mixer would be good for us. 63% off. Well, I don't have cows, and I don't want to be doing cows yet because I want to keep selling the silage. So I think we're going to pass on that. Meanwhile, contracts. Yes, I know. Deadwood. Mowing we're going to be doing. Alright, looks like we're going to be taking care of our own fields. So, I need you. Go get the baler. Alright, lower the pickup. Make sure I turn on automatic drop. Okay, park this right here for a second. So we're going to get this job done as quick as we can. So we can move on. Oh, I did not check to see if our barley field is ready, and it is not. Yeah, I was really focused on just getting over to the grass field here. Make sure I put this on swath mower. Alright, and then turn on the baler. And you go to Mercedes-Benz, 25 meters. Yes, that's good. Alright, Frank, let's roll. I will probably have to slow down every once in a while so I don't get too far in front of the baler. I think the working speed is the same for me and the baler. But of course, they're going to have to unload. thing is, they're going to have to unload quite a bit. Now, of course, when we go cut the newest grass field, it's not in the full harvest stage, so it's not going to yield as good, but... So it should probably give us like half of what we normally would get. I think we'll get like 10 bales in that field. Yeah, maybe after this cut, maybe I will switch the baler from a 122 to a 124 bale. So instead of 7,000 liter bales, it'll be 14,000 liters. That way that won't be stopping as much. This might be a problem for the 3650 because I'm trying to do a U-turn here. I wonder if they'll get stuck. I'm guessing they will. Yeah, no surprise there. Trying to get from that tree. Trying to save myself time by doing 2 jobs in one, but not sure if this is working. Alright, get the worker back on track. Instead of doing bales, can't you get a pit and then sell the silage? Will that not work? I mean, that will work. It's a more expensive process. This is a much quicker way to do it. Because if I had a silage pit, then I would need a forage wagon to pick the grass up in the field. So I still got to mow the grass, and then I have to go around with the forage wagon to pick it up. And then I got to put it into the pit. Then I got to compact it. And then when it's ready, I'll need to get myself a belt and a big enough trailer to transport it back and forth. And our trailer can only hold 21,000 liters. And when I bring all those bales over, those 20 bales we just delivered, I think that was like 140,000 liters of silage. I mean, if that's the way you want to do silage, that's fine. It is a way of doing it. But this is a lot cheaper way of doing it. Now it's got to wait for the worker to get caught up. They are leaving a little bit of grass here and there where they're stopping to unload the bale, but not a whole lot. Kind of the same as they were doing on Shamburgo. Alright, get to the sign and turn. Trying to figure out what needs more horsepower. I think the Batwing mower needs more horsepower than the baler. It is kind of neat seeing the worker over there doing the baling and the wrapping and unloading. So, I mean, I'm going to be saving myself a little bit of time by having the worker behind us. I just got to stop every now and then to make sure they stay within range. Alright, so how am I going to do this end of the field here? I think I'll just turn as tight as I can, and eventually we'll get it all. You know, honestly, the cow barn may look pretty good over here in this corner of this grass field. I don't think I can put it in the other corner where I can't really get to. Although that would defeat the purpose. If I can't get in there, why would I want to put the cow barn in there, right? We'll have to have a look at a cow barn in a little bit. Maybe start planning where I would put it. Just waiting for Frank to catch up again. I mean, it's good having an all-in-one baler like that, but when you do have a worker behind you, you're just going to have to wait a bit. Again, if you're wondering how we're doing this, that worker is controlled by a mod called Follow Me, which is, I think, a mod only available on PC and Mac. So basically all that tractor is doing is just following the same path that I'm doing. And of course, we got the bigger grass field to do right after this. But of course, as we do know, once we get this job done, these two fields here bring us in about $17,000 worth of silage. But now I have to start adding the other one to the total as well. But like I said, that the big grass field is not in the final harvest stage, and it's in the first harvest stage. So I think it'll give us like half of what we normally would have gotten. But I would expect when we sell these silage bales next month, we'll get like $30,000 for them. I'll go sit at the gate and wait for the worker to get caught up to us. Hello, Diamondback. Welcome. Need to go somewhat slow because I'm not in working speed mode, and the worker still is in working speed mode, so I don't want to get too far in front. So the swath is not going to look as impressive on this field now. And here comes a 3650 rolling on in. Coming in hot. At least now all of our grass fields will be in sync. Yeah, next time we'll up the bale size so the wrapper or the baler is not stopping as often. So after we get done with this mowing job, probably just move on to August, honestly. I don't want to be doing any mowing contracts. I would if I could get them on a worker and I had other work to do, but I have no other work to do. I just don't want to be doing the mowing myself. Because it's starting to get to be a little bit like lawn mowing simulator. So we just cut this field in yesterday's stream when the grass was at full height. We got 23 full bales. I'll be happy if we get 10 on this cut. But then it should be back to normal on the next cut. Well, it should get back up to the... Well, no, because I'm going to up the bale size for the next cut. But yield-wise, it should be back to what we got last time. Follower stopped. Why? Why? Did you run out of material? Must have ran out of something. I ran out of bale wrap. Refill the bale wrap with white. Thank you very much. And now I'll have to get caught up to myself. Alright, no more work stoppages. Let's get this field done. Just with these 3 grass fields now, if I keep this up for another 2 years, just keep selling silage from it. And we get $40,000, we should get about $40,000 once, you know, in next cut we should get $40,000 per cycle. That's $120,000 a year from these 3 grass fields. It's pretty good. We're still quite a ways off, though, from getting the mayonnaise production up and going. Still need to figure out if we're going to buy the oil mill that's on the map, which is $300,000, or just go with the cheaper option, which I showed yesterday. I think that production, the windmill that I used on Kingley, is a $50,000 production. And of course, we need $100,000 for the mayonnaise production. And then we just need more fields to plant canola in would be good. Getting a little bit too far ahead of my worker. How many bales are you making in this field? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so we're at 9 bales already. 3, 6, 9. Yeah, 9 bales. Okay. And there goes number 10. My back is a bit better. I don't have a headache today, so that's a plus. But slowly getting better. Thank you for asking. That's what sucks about getting old. You just wake up one day and you're like, why does this hurt? Because you woke up. That's why. I had back issues quite often in my old job anyway, so I got used to it. Still happens every once in a while, but not too often. Sorry, worker, I got you doing figure eights right there, right now, I know, but you'll get it done. How long would it take with a small equipment on 100-hectare farmland? I mean, if you consider small 3-meter implements and 6-meter wide implements, you might want to quit your day job. Come on, buddy, this way. You can do it. I know it's pushing the limit of that 3650 with that baler, but I know you can run it. I think it just dropped off its 11th bale. So yeah, it's going to be about half of what we got before, which I'm pleased with. But yeah, next time we cut the grass, I'm going to up the bale size so it's not stopping as much. So I have the half number amount of bales, but the yield will be just as impressive. Alright. We are just about done here. Get ads lasting a full minute, and miss a good bit of the stream. You should be able to skip those ads. You don't have to watch the full ads. You put the bail there, sir. Not me. Yeah, just push it out of your way. There you go. He's good now. All these creatures running around the farmyard now. Not just Sam, but now 21 chickens. I was ready to say, did my worker get stuck? Nah, they're coming. Yep, let's unload the bale. So I'm probably going to be doing straw next. You go there. Alright, so let's just have a look at, not the sale page. Let's go to construction, cows. And what barn, what? I think it was this one here. Yeah, this one here. Ooh, that is a bigger barn than I thought it would be. Alright, so the feed trough is on that side. So I need access to both sides. So if I were to put in this field, it'd have to be kind of like this. Actually, I need access to whatever... Okay, on this side, that would be where you get to buy the animals. So probably better to put it in... I think I would rather put it in this side. So yeah, we got plenty of room to put it like in this field here. This field here, it would fit. And over here, not so much. Another option is, because we got a lot of area here, is put it over here. But if the mayonnaise production goes here and I want to put my house in here, yeah, we don't really have the room. So it's the one option I think best would be like over in this general area. Or we got this big grass field, of course, and we could put it... Probably have to put it like something... I don't know. I'm starting to like this spot over here for the cow barn. And then we could put like a little bit of a shed over here for our TMR mixer and all that kind of stuff. Is there a shed space on this? Yeah, I could probably park the stuff in the shed anyways. Yeah, I think it's going to have to go here with a little bit of landscaping in the future. So I think that's where that's going to go in the distant future. All right, so meanwhile on the farm here. Oh, wait, how much grass do we end up with? We can kind of see our total. So we times that by 3. Yeah, I should get about $30,000 worth of silage next month from it. And right now, we actually got $95 worth of eggs to sell. Yeah. You hens are doing a wonderful job so far. Congratulations. Oh yeah, since we got more chickens, if we look here, I currently got a 113 month supply of feed in there. So we went from like 220 down to 113. And a couple of months' time, that's going to get reduced even more and more and more and more. But that's the whole point. All right, so I think we're going to call it a month, though. I don't want to do any more mowing. There is some baling contracts, but that's kind of the same thing what we've been doing. Oh, there is some cultivating contracts. That is... Where is that? Okay, I know where that field is. That field's way up in the corner there. A harvesting contract. I wouldn't have to go too far. What is it for? It's for oats. All right, well, I can't give oats to the chickens. And there is a plowing contract as well. So this is what kind of sucks about only having one biggest tractor. I wouldn't mind doing the plowing contract, but while that's going on, I would like to do the cultivating contract, but I need the same tractor for both jobs, so that kind of sucks. All right, so I think we're just going to skip through the rest of the month here and just get on to next month. We'll probably spend a little bit of time in August. There are some good contracts there, but I kind of want to get to a harvesting job right now. Does that cow barn have a pasture? I don't think so, because if you look at the... It doesn't say that we can expand like it does here. This one says the pasture of this building can be customized. This does not. One reason I want to keep it like this, one, it has room for 65 cattle, which is probably more than I want. But it also has a capability of storing 500 bales as well. So I won't need a bale shed. It already comes with one. 65 cows. That's going to be more for dairy cattle. We're going to be producing a lot of milk. So eventually we'll have the dairy production at some point. So yeah. I don't need a bigger pasture. 65 cows is quite a bit. If I remember, like on Riverbend Springs in the beginning, I think I had water buffalo and cattle. And I think that one held 75 cattle or 80 cattle. And I think I had 3 dairy productions just trying to keep up with the amount of milk we were getting. It was ridiculous. A baler we don't need. A TMR mixer, that is a very good price. It's that it's coming up for sale at the wrong time. All right, let's go to bed and we'll wake up in August. Hopefully the weather's good. Our barley should be ready for harvest. Weather is looking good. There is rain in the forecast. Yes, our barley is ready. What time is the rain going to get here? Not until later, so we're fine. All right, so contracts. More harvesting contracts, which is good. A small cultivating contract. Mowing. Plowing. I am kind of thinking I'm going to maybe take this contract. Ooh, do I want to, though? You know what? Maybe stick to the mowing contract because it'll be quicker. I can get more mowing contracts done. I could use the 3650 for the grain trailer, I think, because we're not going far. Yes, that will work. So we know where this one is. So don't worry, I'm not doing the mowing job, and I won't have to because I got harvesting to do. I could actually put the 3650 on the mowing contract. And you are getting low on fuel. Oh, you know what I just remembered? Well, I don't know why that popped in my head that quickly. I was thinking I should go up and fuel, but I should be able to fuel right from here. Yes. Not really too realistic, but saves me a trip all the way up to the fuel station. So we'll be selling some silage again this month, another $30,000, so that'll get us up to like $65,000. Some contracts, so you can see the money starting to come in a little bit faster. But no, cannot stop on the contracts. The grass fields need to be fertilized this month. So we got harvesting, fertilize the grass fields, sell the silage bales, and in the meantime, get some contracts done. Oh, I was going to say, the course should still be there, but I'm in a different tractor. Oh, and let's change that from swath dropping to just mower. Alright. Yeah, if I brought the Mercedes over, that course I had plotted up before would still be here, but that's no big deal. All right. When did I change my tent for the house? Bob, I think you asked that last time you were here. That was like 2 streams ago? Something like that? I think it was 2 streams ago. Alright, so we need to grab you. Don't really need to bring the trailer with us. Just got to pull it out of the barn or the shed here. Unfold the combine. And let's get some chicken feed. I don't think that's in swath. No, it's not. We want the straw. And again, we'll be selling the straw. We're not keeping it yet. Got a long ways to go yet before we get to the moo cows. So we do have a little bit of weeds in this field, but not a whole lot. Let me put the time scale up to times 6 again. Probably get about $6,000, I think, worth of straw off this field. Oh, we'll be done with this harvesting way before the rain gets here. Is that Sam walking through the, or is that a deer walking through the barley over there? I think a deer I would see through the barley. Yeah, that's Sam. Of course it's Sam. Sam always likes to get involved sometimes when I'm harvesting. Well, no surprise there that our worker is getting blocked by an object, but as we know, because we just did that contract with the other tractor, the worker should be just fine getting around whatever it is. I think they're down by the small stream. They'll get it sorted out. So this year I might plant the winter barley instead of the spring barley, just to see if we do get a better yield than the spring barley. And we should end up with about 13,000 liters of barley off this field today. Is Sam still over here? I don't see him walking around. I don't want to run him over. All right, let's get the trailer over here. Ah, there's Sam. He's on the edge of the field. Still probably going to get in the way, though. Dude. You're sitting right in front of the combine. He's not making sure I'm doing a good enough job. He just wants attention. Now, hopefully with the food that's in the feed trough and what we're harvesting, we can make it till next year with the chickens. Should be able to. But, yeah, again, if we can't, we'll just have to start selling some chickens here and there. Chickens aren't worth a whole lot to begin with, but... again, if they run out of food, we can just leave them there. They're not going to actually die on us, so... one of those things, we'll just cross that bridge when we get there. Mowing contract's getting along. They're about halfway done. I shouldn't have to do any of that contract. I got plenty of work to do in our own fields. I am not buying wheat for the chickens. That is an outrageous price for buying food for the chickens. I'll let my chickens starve and die before before I buy chicken food at the store. Feed your chicken sorghum. Barley is, I mean, I haven't done the test myself, but look at the numbers. Barley is the best crop to grow for your chickens. Yep, the price of chicken feed is rather foul. Here come the dad jokes. I mean, it's been a while since I looked at it, but I think like 1,000 liters of wheat is like 12 or 1,300. Actually, I'm kind of, it's been a long time since I looked at it, but I know it's not worth it. What's with the sale page? Why? I got so many things can be in sale, and you give me the same flipping thing. Not that I really care right now. Is it going to be under animal care? Food. 1,000 liters of wheat is $1,500. $1,500 for 1,000 liters of wheat when I can only sell wheat. We'll just say winter wheat is fine. I can sell 1,000 liters of wheat for $400. So I get $400. I sell wheat for $400 for 1,000 liters. I gotta buy wheat $1,500 for 1,000 liters. It's expensive. I didn't say I was going to let my chickens starve. I said I'd rather let my chickens starve before I buy any feed from the store. See how Sam just keeps wandering into where the crop is? Before he was down where the combine is. Now he's roaming up to where... I think our chickens are going to be fine on feed because we're not that desperate yet. But I think when it gets to next August, when we get to harvesting time again, we might be on the verge of not having enough food. But that's a good thing about the food calculator. It shows me how much they're going to be eating per month and how much food in the trough will last them. So we can kind of, you know, by the time we get to midwinter, we'll see what's going on. I don't think getting it from the hut is going to change anything because I don't have the hut where it's the cheaper prices. But even still, it's got to be a very reduced price. Stone is splitting hairs? I don't have any hairs. Well, not on my head, I don't. Well, I got hairs on my head, but I shaved my head. But that's beside the point. And this job is on a contract. This field here is ours. This is all this crop that we're harvesting is ours. Just use government funds mod sign. The money is free. Yeah, we don't do that here. Yeah, we run on hard economy. We got everything on difficult as it can be. Or I shouldn't say as it can be. But pretty darn close. Won't let you use a front windrower on the baler on a contract. Well, no, because the contract is only going to allow, it says if you're trying to do a baling contract, it's going to allow you to use that implement and that implement alone. Because it used to be like we did a harvesting contract. I think this was true in FS22 because I think I did it in FS22, especially on East Vineland. If you took a harvesting contract and you put the combine on swath like this, you were able to bale the straw and get the money from the straw as well. So Giants changed it to where if it's a harvesting contract, the only thing you can use in the field is a combine. You can't use a baler. Like if I bring well, this is my own field, but if this was a contract and brought my baler over, I would not be able to get the straw. Alright, so we should have about 13,000 liters of barley in the trailer here. Yep, pretty darn close. So same as what we got last year, no surprise. I know it was between 12 and 13,000. That's what we got again. So that's my harvesting on my fields done for the year. Yeah, we just got one field so far. Oh, wait, I put that on backwards. It rotated it anyways. I don't think it's worth trying to top off the chicken pen at all. Yeah, they're only going to take 220 some odd liters, so we'll put this all into the silo. Any grain spillage the chickens can have, if that were a thing. We put the grain trailer in this bay, the first one. Yeah, so that's busy doing that. So let's get the baler, and I guess we'll just go ahead and bale up the straw and get that kind of picked up a little bit. And we'll leave it on a 122 size for the straw, but then I'll convert it over to a 124 when I get done. These are 10,000 liters apiece? I thought there were 9. My farm on East Violin in 22... I can picture where it was, but I don't remember what corner of the map it was. wasn't down by the store. It was in the, I think, almost like the opposite corner. Probably where a lot of the smaller fields were. Because I know on East Vineland we started with nothing, so I probably started to buy the smaller fields first. Mowing contract is almost complete. If only straw was worth as much as silage was. But we'll still get some decent money from it. So by the time I click on that mowing contract and we sell the silage, we should be just above $70,000, which sounds wonderful to me. Yeah, so we're going to be nowhere close to be able to buy those wheat fields this harvest season. Ignore that straw bale. I should get about 2 more bales, I would think. One full one and maybe a half of another one. And this one will definitely unload because I'm not doing any more straw this year. Can't see myself doing any more straw. Forza Horizon 6 will be releasing May 19th, base edition, $60. Ouch. Yeah, East Violin got released on FS25 a few weeks ago. I think it was a few weeks ago. All right, 3650 is, well, they don't know they're done, but they are done. So that was 8,992. And is there another really good one out there that's relatively close? Not really. That's got to be a vegetable contract for 20,000. That's a sorghum contract. You know how long that would take my combine to get that job done? It would take ages, but the extra crop would be good. But I just can't see us doing that. That would just take forever. Wait, what field am I in? No, the gate is on the other side. This field to the right, that they put lime in that field like last winter. They haven't done nothing with it since. Alright, being almost midday, I think our bales have been fully fermented. Let me just see if they are. Easy way to tell is go to here. Yep, silage. Just shy of 30,000 what we'll get. But 30,000 is fine by me. And the straw, well, we know straw in August, that price is going to be terrible. Probably got to make 2 trips. Up to the BGA. Turned a little bit too late. And these grass fields, all 3 of them, of course, need to be fertilized. Alright, push the bale out. There we go. And just made it around the corner. Alright, let's get the bale that's in the yard. And we'll make our first trip up to the BGA. And here we go. I got to see when I got to plant the winter barley. So I want to see if there will be a difference in yield. I'm guessing that's September, October. Could be August. I may need to plant it right away. Load number 1. I don't think there is a way to get to my field from here, is there? I mean, we got a fence going around. I don't think there's a gate around here, so just go the way. Wait, why is my score in that field? Oh yeah, the weeds. It's like, why is that score only an 84? The weeds. You can see our marshmallows in our grass field, but yeah, there's just not a way to access from here. I think to our left, that is a field of spring wheat I would like to buy, but that field's 165. So I need another $100,000. So I'm a little bit short. So we end up making 10, 11, 12, 13 bales, which is not bad considering it wasn't at full harvest. Wow, Sam is even down here in this grass field now. Are you just following me around there, dude? All right, so this should be, what, about $10,000 worth? And the rain has arrived. Actually, it sounds like hail. All right, we're up to 73,000 in the bank account, which is not bad considering we started today with just under $1,000 in the account. All right, back to the farm. We'll grab the 710, top off the spreader with some fertilizer. Oh, I gotta see if those two smaller grass fields, they might need to be soil sampled. So we'll have to check our data before we go fertilize them, because if they're not soil sampled, it won't take the right amount of fertilizer. All right, so those fields, I think they need to be soil sampled. Yes, they do. They do need to be soil sampled. So, it's going to suck doing this with no cab. But, we'll get the job done. What if I can get both fields done here? If I play my cards right, I might be able to. Alright, now we get over to the other field. I don't think this is going to be wide enough to get both ends here, but see if it reaches. Actually, the other field's almost all soil sampled, so I think, yeah, right there is good. This line of your 2 fields, 80,000 liters to do 2 headlands. You're doing some big fields. Come on, chickens, get in the sheds. Get away from the hail. All right, let's see if we can get rid of this this weather here. Yeah, it should be over here very soon. Oh yeah, while I'm here, I was thinking about winter barley. When do we plant winter barley? Not until next month. There we go. Rain be gone. Let's check the sale page. Half the day's gone by. Ooh. I mean, it's not... I mean, this is not that expensive anyways, but we are going to need a trailer to transport the eggs. I think I'll save my $10,000 for that trailer. Again, it's not that expensive. I'd rather save the money up to get another field, because it's going to be a while before I can really sell some eggs. Again, we do got eggs. Currently, if I sold my eggs today, I get 152 for them. But I have no way to pick them up either. This is not taking hardly any fertilizer here. Why is that? That just seems weird. This is where getting a sprayer and getting the pulsating modular for liquid fertilizer would come in handy. Get much more even color across the field for fertilizer. The rest of the field should be done. I don't have it on. No, active automatic rate is turned on. Well, at least we are fertilizing for the next cut in October. But it's almost like when I cut the grass, it didn't use any of the fertilizer. Because we are at where we need to be, which does not make any sense. You're using the sprayer mod I just showed in my stream. The sprayer mod? Oh, you talking about the beginning of the stream where I showed off the... I think it's a Stara? I don't know if that's how you pronounce that brand name. I'm going to check my score here on the fields and see when I harvested the grass, did it register nitrogen was in the field, because it looks like it didn't use it. All right, let's see what we got here. Yeah, it says pH and nitrogen is not really the great. Okay, so it did register, but not fully. And this field here, same thing. But again, I'm using a spreader, so that holds true. I saw that on Shamburgo and Kingley. And until we got the a sprayer and got the pulsating modular on it, fertilizer in grass fields never going to be quite 100% with a spreader. Alright, so in this grass field, it looks like it uses nitrogen because it's way low. Like it should be the other two fields. I don't know. This grass field did take a little bit of hail damage, but it's part of it. The trailer and the sale page, if that's what you're asking. Yeah, the universal autoloader, that is one of the trailers that it would work on. But again, we're not using autoloaders on this series. The option will be there, but I'm not going to use any trailers as autoloaders. Unless the series gets to be too much where I'm spending an hour loading up pallets. But until then, everything is going to be loaded up with a telehandler or front loader or whatever. And no super strength either. Super strength is just a backup for an absolute screw up, which can happen at some point, or will happen at some point. All right, now I've done one pass. Go the bird's eye view so I can really see where I've been. Then being 4 o'clock in the afternoon, probably might be done with a month. I know there's a strip in here somewhere I gotta do. Right in here. All right, grass fields are all set until October. Gonna drop it right on that chicken. No, don't need that either. Forage harvester header, don't need that. This, we got the sister spreader to that, so we don't need that. Again, give me 2 of the same object in the sale page. It's ridiculous. Yeah, so I'll have to move these bales next month so we can plant our winter wheat. Oh, sorry, barley. We're going to keep it as barley, I guess. What is the price of the straw today? 32, which is awfully low. So, yeah, we'll just pick them up and put them on, or put them somewhere. I'll probably sell them in November, because that'll be when I'll need the bale trailer again. But that price should go up. I mean, we're not looking at much of a price difference. I get $3,700 for them today compared to $5,700 in January. But we'll pick them up and move them. Let me just check on the contracts unless something really stands out. Let's see here. A lot of harvesting contracts. I mean, it's a good plowing contract, but that would take like an hour and a half. So I think we're just going to go ahead and call it a month. I will fast forward until it gets dark and check the sale page just one more time. All right, one of the balers are gone at least. All right, let's sleep till 8. And we might actually have more chickens. We might be up to be 31 chickens now. 31 chickens. And if I were to check here. So we got enough food now to last 75 months. It's coming down quick. Do we got 100 liters of eggs yet? We do. We got 174 liters of eggs. All right. Sale page. Yeah, nothing here. Nah, not really. Nothing there that we're looking for. All right. Well, I guess we'll just grab this tract here. Got to get the straw bales off that field so we can plant our winter barley. So it'll be interesting to see this year how many weeds I get in the field. Oh yeah, while I'm doing this, mowing contracts, that's something. Oh, there's one for 10,000. All right, we'll accept that contract. Again, I'm not going to do it, but we'll get a worker to do it. A good cultivating contract, but then again, I don't have enough tractors to do all of it. All right, let's pick up these bales and we'll get the $36.50 on that mowing contract. And then we'll be using the Mercedes in this field for planting the barley. That'd be all of them. All the baby chicks now running around the farmyard. And Ronnie the rooster is hiding out what will now be behind the baling trailer. Okay, this is up here somewhere. All right, just go up to town around here. All right. Know how to get there. Just don't want tractors sitting on the farm. Get them to work and bring in the cash. So yeah, we're not going to be able to buy any of those wheat fields I was looking at for this year, as I mentioned. But by the time we get to next year, hopefully we can buy them. I guess we'll have to go by what they plant in the field. And if they don't plant what we want, then we'll have to buy it and get our own crop in. Yeah, we'll just have to see how it goes. Oh, that curb stopped me dead in my tracks. It's after the animal dealer. All right, that's all set on mower. $7140 looks all good. And 36 minutes. All right, back we get into the Mercedes. Now we want the drill. May as well top it off. And I can just leave it on barley then, right? Winter barley. That's what we want. Alright, winter barley going in. So it would be kind of interesting to see if we get the same amount of yield going from spring to winter barley. The only thing is, by planting it in September, we're just leaving it out and exposed to hail damage, tornado damage longer than if I were to plant the spring crop. Do you remember the size of the grass field on your second map? Are you talking about my current second map, which would be Shamburgo, or are you talking about the second map I played on in 25? If it's even on Shamburgo, I don't know the numbers off the top of my head on how big that grass field is currently. I want to say it's like 3 hectares or somewhere in that area. Hello, Kells Coated. Welcome. A good Friday to you, sir. Get on up to speed. once we can pick the right gear. So yeah, we're almost at October, which means, yeah, we'll be cutting the grass fields again. But just think in November when I go sell the silage, I should get almost $40,000 from that silage. So if we get more than 13,000 liters of barley next year, we know that it's better to plant the winter crop over the spring crop. This will, well, it's going to be questionable, but there's another drill that we can get up to, but it's going to push our tractor to its limits. This is a 4-meter wide drill. We have a modded 6-meter wide horse Pronto that requires 200 horsepower, and since our restriction is no tractors over 200 horsepower, once I do get a tractor around that area, it's going to push our tractor to its limits for sure. But as we know, sometimes the horsepower requirement and what it actually needs are two different things. It may pull it fine or it may be completely difficult. So we may not be able to use the horse Pronto when it comes to it, and it may not have no problem hauling it. If it does have a problem hauling it, then this would be the biggest drill I would be able to use. Unless I really modify a drill, but then it would be kind of really unrealistic. But we're not really shooting for many fields anyways. I just need a few fields so we can feed our chickens, and a few fields to make like canola and sunflower to make oil, so we can make the mayonnaise. I don't want any more grass fields. I think we're fine on grass fields. And once the farm is doing fine financially, which is doing fine now, but obviously we need a lot more stuff, so I need more money coming in faster, which would be great. But further down the line, with the 3 grass fields that we have, we might reduce them a little bit. Just enough to keep the cows happy. And this drill's doing just fine for this one field. It doesn't take us too long to plant it or anything. And the whole point of this series here, and not using tractors over 200 horsepower, it's making me kind of stick with the smaller stuff for a change. Usually by now I would have a tractor with like 350 to 400 horsepower. Bigger equipment, bigger drills, so we can do all the contracts. Well, not all the contracts, but take on the big contracts, earn the big cash, and before you know it, we got lots of fields. And it's been kind of nice to take the slow approach, or a slower approach. Because some say my series are slow to begin with. Especially like the Shamburgo series. People said that series was just too slow. But I'm having fun on that series. But I don't got no restrictions on, well, got some restrictions on that one, but not like here. Now I could go to a wider drill, even more than 6 meters, but since I'm also running precision farming, to get a better score in the fields, I would need a direct drill, and that's what's hogging up a lot of the horsepower, is using a direct drill. If I went to a cultivator, which we do have, I could probably go to like a 9-meter wide drill. That's not a direct drill, but then my environmental score bonus will suffer a little bit from it. I may not be getting a lot of weeds in this field because I'm kind of killing them as I drive over them. And since I'm not using the big equipment, I'm driving around most of the field, so by the time the crop germinates, there isn't that many weeds left to grow. As long as I get the accelerator down, we can stay at top speed. If I happen to really need to turn around, it takes a while to get up to the gears. Surprised Sam hasn't come back over. He's been kind of following me around a lot today. Well, I've noticed, but I'm not sure if my mowing contract is, what's going on there. Looks like that's been stuck at 47 for a little while. I haven't got any notifications that my worker is stuck or anything. Oh, never mind, it's up to 48 now. Must be the worker heard me that I was going to check in on them, so they're going to get back to work, I guess. And there's our barley field replanted. It's just a big field. And I think Francine's having a little trouble probably going uphill with it. We'll see. Actually, it's not bad. It's not, well, I mean, yeah, she's getting up to full speed with the mower going that way. It's just a big field to get to. When you change the sprayer to seed, it goes, they go 30 meters, but don't know we class as direct drill. Again, I'm not going to use that sprayer as a direct drill. It's an interesting. I did not realize it when I downloaded it. Where are we here? Sprayers. Yeah, the reason why because it's the only self-propelled sprayer I found on the mod hub that is 200. It's under the 200 horsepower. 200 horsepower. So nothing over 200 horsepower. Right on the line at 200 horsepower. But I did not know they also have a seeder function that can be functioned during purchase. But when I switch over to like seeder, I don't see what it changes. You don't really see a difference in the store. And if it was a direct drill, I think it would say so in the page. So I think the field's probably going to need to be cultivated beforehand. Again, I'm not going to use it as a drill. Well, maybe I may try it just for funsies. Because there's no charge for changing it from one or the other. Yeah, it's just kind of weird. It does wheat, barley, canola, oats, rice, sorghum, and grass. It's just a weird thing. But yeah, we'll have that sprayer on the farm at some point. And meanwhile, this mowing contract will continue. Again, we'll keep our eye on the sale page. And as for contracts, so there's a plowing contract that I could get started on. That cost, oh, that would pay me 10,000. Where is that? Field 10. Oh, that's up by the main farm. That is up by the main farm. You know what? Let's go ahead and accept that contract. All right, turn on the beacon. So 250,000 liters of lime to do 130 acres. That must have been a lot of trips back and forth to fill up the lime spreader. That'll be what, like 15, 16 trips if you have the Breedle spreader that holds 18,000 liters. Hey, it looks like they finally did something to this field to the left-hand side. It's not covered in lime, so they must have planted maybe winter barley in it. Only 3 holes, 100,000 liters. Should be this field right here that I'm going to, I think, right? Did I go to the right one? I did. Turn the beacon off and temporary course. Uh, 6 meter wide, 4 headland, 0% overlap. That's good. This is probably going to take about 50 minutes to do. Ah, 40. Even better. So between these two contracts here, whoops, that's $20,000 there. And we're sitting at 70, so I'll get us up to almost $90,000. And then, of course, in October, we'll be cutting grass, sell the silage in November. That'll be $40,000. I'll get us up to $130,000. Man. Just because I want to buy either this field or this field. These fields will be harvested, but, you know, we could change our mind on what field we buy. Just looking for one that yields rather well. That one yields rather well, 110%. And costs $166. Where was that field over here? I don't want to get too far away from the farm. Again, we can buy a grass field and just convert it over to an arable field. Oh, that field is pretty good. 117% yield, and it's for $75,000. What's... Okay. Sorghum ready for harvest. How late can you harvest sorghum? I gotta do it in September. And the only thing it's got in the field is weeds, really. And sorghum we can feed to the chickens. I mean, it's not a big field. It's only 1 hectare. Whoops, apparently I clicked on buy. It is not too far from our grass field, so it's just right on down the road. Those fields would be nice, but I could afford this one this month. Well, either way, I'm going to have to wait for those contracts to get done. Is fly mode on? No, it's not. Now it is. Well, it took some hail damage, and it's also got tram lines in it. So I would have to plow the field to get rid of the tram lines, which is not that big of a deal. But I think that would be a nice addition to the farm. But yeah, we're going to have to wait for those contracts to finish. And those contracts will finish before we get to the next stream, because I think that's when to wrap it up for today. Kind of a short-ish stream, but my back is starting to tighten up a little bit. So I think that's my back telling me it's time to go lay on the hardwood floor again for a little while. As for my next live stream, probably not until Monday. Usually I do stream over the weekend, but I got about 5 episodes I need to record over the weekend, and trying to record 5 episodes and live stream on the weekend, that's just going to be way too much. Yeah, I got about 5 episodes I need to record over the weekend, so no live stream tomorrow and no live stream on Sunday. So back to live streaming on Monday. Right now, I'm going to say we'll be here on Pichonniere Valley, but I do have a meeting later on, so there's a possibility we might be looking at a new game come Monday. Fingers crossed. We'll have to see if I can get early access to it or not, because you never know. Made some good progress today. We started the stream with just under $1,000 in our bank account, and we are currently sitting at $70,000, pretty soon to be $90,000. And I think we're going to buy that sorghum field over there and get that harvested this month. So I'm not done with the combine just yet. We will buy that field over there. That is a good field. And it's relatively close to the farm at 117% yield percentile. That's pretty good. Of course, we'll have to take care of it afterwards, but you know what? And plus I'll get some sorghum. So the chickens, yeah, we might be fine on the chickens. Well, let's let them just keep on reproducing. But anywho, yeah, I'm going to jump out of here. I'm going to lay on the hardwood floor for a bit. And like I said, I got to record about 5 episodes between now and Monday. So that's a lot of things. So hopefully tomorrow, like one of the episodes I'm going to try to get out for tomorrow is another Sky Harvest video. Sunday, hopefully we'll have American Truck Sim. And Monday, before the stream, you should have Shamburgo. So there's 3 videos you know I got to record. But yeah, hopefully you'll have those videos out. If you don't see them, that means my back really screwed up. But my back's been feeling better, so I think we're going to be fine. So appreciate, again, everyone being here. Means a lot to not just me, but the entire community, that everyone, the regulars, you know who you are, that you come in here every day. Really appreciate it. But yeah, I'll be back streaming on Monday. But again, right now I think it'll be right here, but things could change. Never know. But yeah, I'm going to jump out of here. Enjoy your Friday. Have a good weekend. And for those here in the U.S., stay safe out there with that snowstorm clobbering about 1/3 of the country. Yeah, just stay inside. That's all I can say. But yeah, I'll catch you all on Monday. And until then, have a good one.